Home to Glory is really not, it is a political book, but it's also a book about a man, my grandfather, and it is a story about a grandson and a grandfather in a way. It's a memoir that's in the title. There's a vast literature on the Eisenhower era, World War II, on his presidency, and so forth. I think what I want, or hope, a reader will appreciate is what I appreciate about him and what inspired me to undertake the book. And that is, this is a man who led one of the great lives of the 20th century. And when I know him best, in Gettysburg, he's declining. And for all of the honors and all of the successes and all of the great things that happened in his life, there is one fact that he faces, as we all face, and that is settling accounts with the future and facing the end. And he did that with great bravery, and we became close in the process, and I felt that that was something really worth making a record of, because I found it a very inspiring relationship, and I hope readers will find the same thing. I wrote the book because I had to, in a lot of ways. The origins of it were drafted sort of on the side many years ago. Shortly after my grandfather's death, I was under contract to write a book. As I was doing that, I took 3 or 4 weeks out. I drafted what to me was a story that I just felt I had to tell for my purposes. I wasn't sure whether I would ever publish. In the course of time, it felt right, and we went back to it last year for the purpose of adding information and checking my recollections against the actual documentary record, which was quite an exercise. But the impulse to do this was something that I felt I had to do in the first 5 years or so after my grandfather's death. Actually, I cover a movie in depth in Going Home to Glory, and that was my grandfather's favorite movie, which he saw. This might be apocryphal, but Sergeant Money, his valet, claims that he ran Angels in the Outfield, a 1951 film starring Paul Douglas, I think, and Janet Leigh, a fairy tale about the Pittsburgh Pirates being helped by angels and so forth. My grandfather loved that movie. Angels in the Outfield is a movie that says a great deal about Dwight Eisenhower. He had a sentimental side, and he was somebody who cared deeply for all of his military experiences and experiences in the war. What he valued over everything else in the end is a sentimental story of Guffey McGovern, the crusty old Pittsburgh manager, the sweet young reporter who makes mistakes but redeems herself in Guffey's eyes, and the cute little orphan that they adopt to create a family. That's what mattered most to him.